Woodward, we are starting off your day with a brand new crew. Meet Broder.
I can't control my arms sometimes. My limbs are just kind of flying.
Detroit Kool-Aid.
Fired up!
Y'all got Kool-Aid hot.
Fired up! But with the Wake Up Woodward crew, he's actually a part of the family.
Flannel Sam.
Ask me about my wiener! Okay.
Along with JB and KG. Wake Up Woodward gets you all of your Detroit sports talk. Every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Live on Woodward Sports. A show for Detroit, by Detroit, with people from Detroit. Tell Siri to set an alarm, because it's time to Wake Up Woodward.
Hey, so I think this is what you call something of a triple victory show. What up, though, people? It is Wake Up Woodward, and we appreciate you guys for choosing to kick off the day with the WUW Crew. It's your boy Brandon Day, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. Flannel Sam with the visor on, so you already know what that means, man. Go Blue. The vet of the squad, the vet of the network. Hey, all sports knowing Red Wings correspondent, brother. I'm fired up, man. Go Blue. Go Pistons. Shout out to JB Spartan.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Michigan State deserves their flowers as well, and they will actually get them first because they played the most recent game. They punched their ticket to the Sweet 16 as well, and I know JB has a lot to say on that, but just an incredible weekend. We're not going to talk too much about what happened on Friday with the Pistons, but at the end of the day, as much as I don't like...
What happened with the Pistons Friday? Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. We'll discuss that briefly later, but it was a great weekend, at least in collegiate sports, for the state of Michigan. As much as I don't want anything good to happen to Michigan State, I can at least acknowledge that. And that also gives us an opportunity to go wall-to-wall basketball today. So we're going to cover some of the recent signings by the Lions and the Tigers tomorrow. Hoops takes center stage.
Hey, Hoops takes center stage. You guys already know that is music to Kool-Aid's ears. And you know what? I believe we should have a lot of people in the chat this morning, especially when we get to that Pistons segment. Shout out to, just really quickly, Ron Holland. He is the first teenager to record a stat line of 25, 5, and 5 with no turnovers in the game.
Wow,
and
I didn't know that.
He brought so much energy, and I think that the Pistons are going to need it because I see a little bit of dead legs, not just in Detroit, but across the league as we get to the finish line. But
And he was tired after that game, too, as well.
Look at him.
The man was tired.
Hey, but shout out to him. Shout out to Coach Jay. Shout out to Papa Holland, man, and the family. Mama Holland was in town as well. So it was good to see the young fella show out on the stage like that. And he's impressing not just people here, but I saw the NBA world lighting up about Ron Holland last night, too. And you know what, though? Michigan State, man. Yeah, I thought that this was going to be one in which it was going to be a little bit more of a game, but I still believe that they acquitted themselves well, and obviously with a dub and they advance. JBSmooovv, I see your hat over there, brother.
Yeah. You know what it is. Come on now. Come on. You know I can't have to come decked out in all Sparty gear up here, but I mean, it was a hell of a weekend, not only for Michigan State, but for Michigan as well, too. Yesterday's game, a little touch and go at the beginning. I'll say that. Shout out to the Lobos of New Mexico. They were putting up one hell of a fight. It was a rough couple minutes starting that game out, but they ended the half off pretty perfectly, down by 2. Of course, you know, Tom Izzo probably in the locker room giving the most amazing speech of his lifetime, trying to get this team back into it and get everyone into it. And they came out fighting that second half. It sucks for Chase Richardson because, like, he could not buy a bucket that entire game. Nothing was working for him. He finally got to the line, was able to knock down a couple free throws, and put up a big 2, like, close to the end when they needed some buckets the most. 3-ball still questionable once again. I don't know what happened, you know, below 31%. And it, like I said, it was a rough game, but somehow, some way, they ended up, you know, pulling this thing out, even without Chase Richardson going off scoring 18. So I'm still happy for them. Shout out to them once again. Moving on, Sweet 16. I know Izzo's got some work to plan and put in for the rest of this week leading up to Friday's game, but once again, just shout out to my Spartans. It's a celebration day as well, too, man.
Oh yeah, as it should be for you, for us at the desk. It's a celebration day for sure, and it's funny because we haven't gotten a chance to talk to you since you made the predictions for the Bryant game, because of course they played Friday and Sunday. But you were talking about for the Bryant game, and I'm going to tie this all back together into the New Mexico game. You said you mentioned Jace Richardson, but you also said that one of your other keys was Jeremy Fears as far as an X factor. Well, against New Mexico, they went a combined 1 for 12 from the floor and 0 of 5 from 3, and Michigan State still won. It's the nature of tournament basketball. Tournament basketball is a fickle bitch, because on that same game where Jace Richardson and Jeremy Fears couldn't buy a bucket, you had Jaden Akins probably play his best game of the season, the grizzled veteran of the crew who's played in a lot of big games. You had Frankie Fiddler really step up at a huge stretch in the second half. I believe he scored 6 straight for Michigan State to really help put New Mexico away. Obviously, Trey Holloman as well, but unlikely heroes. That's definitely going to be a theme of today's show. More on that with Michigan later. But congratulations to your Spartans.
Unlikely heroes. Would you like to use another term for that? Role players.
Hey, jeez.
Welcome back, Flannel.
Hey,
I'm
yes,
glad
yes.
that too, because I know the other victory. You were like, you know what? If we lost, I will be there to take the medicine. Yeah. But we win. You guys just celebrate it, and obviously, whenever there's a Michigan show victory show, we want to make sure we celebrate that with our guy Flannel as well. So I'm glad when we get there, man, we're gonna definitely break it down. But with Michigan State, Tom Izzo has been it seems to be one of his calling cards, and sometimes it can trip up Michigan State. But in the years where we see them really, really advance, it's because the team from top to bottom, they understand their roles. And you see players step up all the time. You see these names step up all the time, and it looks like, these guys could be NBA draft picks. And that's what you've seen from Michigan State throughout the years, especially with some of their more dominant teams who might not have had all of the heralded high draft picks, but you see these prospects, but you see these guys go on to have at least decent careers in the NBA. And that's what I see as it relates to the making of this team. And when you talk about the athleticism and the speed that they employ, that's where I do believe the strategizing of a Tom Izzo, the mastermind of a coach that he is, he's able to keep these guys in a system that works, even if the main guys aren't going. Similar to our Pistons looked at least last night. And that's what I see out of him. I think it makes him very dangerous during postseason tournament time, because the other thing we know is this. Let's get to March Madness, and it doesn't matter if you like Tom Izzo or not. It doesn't matter if you're a rival or not. He's not going to accept less than 150% from your motor. And I believe that right there spurs this team beyond, even if they have off nights from some of their better players.
Yeah, and, they took care of business.
And after 31 wins the last 2 seasons.
Michigan State, they took care of business when some of their more heralded guys and their best player, Jace Richardson, had an off day. Others stepped up, like Jaden Akins, like Frankie Fiddler, as I mentioned before. And even Jace Richardson, after New Mexico foolishly fouled him on a three-pointer, he knocked down all 3 free throws. And that's a big time as well, stepping up when the team needs him. And Dante 151, got to read this one, even though it's a little off topic. But it will certainly be relevant later. I believe one Mr. Flannel Sam needs to give an apology to one Mr. Ron Holland, because he did something that even LeBron James didn't do as a rookie, which is wild, by the way. The first teenager in NBA history to have a 25-5-5 game and 0 turnovers. Holland equals dog. I will say this. Wheezy D313, one of our other most prominent chat members, he forgave me for my sins of a Ron Holland. But because my reaction at the time was so strong, probably stronger than it needed to be, I'll apologize again. Ron Holland, I'm sorry.
That is fair. And I can't wait till we get to the segment. And I probably should have clipped the full thing, because what everybody is going to see from that or remember is probably the initial reaction. But we did do, like we were supposed to on that show, an analysis and a breakdown of who he was as a player, what he was going to contribute, and what to look forward to. And what it boiled down to is exactly what we saw in that game last night. And that wasn't the first time that we saw Ron Holland put up games like that. He's looking exactly like he did with the G League Ignite. And we stated it, if All we have to wait for is his three-point shot to develop, but he's showing that he could play the high usage, finish at the rim with volume. Remember, we continue to talk about he was the only volume shooter at a high percentage in the paint and finishing at the rim out of all the other guys in the top 10. He was one of those players out of the wings that we were hoping to get. And so he came with a little bit of proven bag, but needed a little bit of strength to him. And I think the NBA strength, the NBA development, being here with people that he knows, like Cade Cunningham, who he played with prior, and just having that confidence from the organization, because we're going to hear from JB Bickerstaff about what he feels about some of these younger players, role players, bench players, and just what he's felt. I've been telling you guys, I'm going to try and get the audio. I'm going to ask him the question of, where did this belief come from? You're pushing these guys to a standard that even some of the most ardent fans didn't believe. So I can't wait to get there and break it down. But again, Ron Holland deserves all the credit in the world for being exactly what he promised to be from day one.
Hey, much more on Ron Holland later, and I've got some numbers, as I'm sure you do as well, Kool-Aid. Hell, we might even have some of the same numbers. But, JB, I also wanted to ask you a little bit about the Bryant game, because we weren't able to react to it because you guys obviously played Friday. Cohen Carr.
Oh, my God.
It's funny because Barstool Bryant, I didn't even know
that existed
that's
either,
the weirdest thing ever, that there's an account called Barstool Bryant.
Yeah.
But they were talking smack about Cohen Carr. And to some extent, I get it, because they have nothing to lose, because if they somehow were able to win, they'll be legends. But they specifically called out Cohen Carr. What was it? Are we supposed to be afraid of a 6'5" small forward that averages 8 points and 3 rebounds a game? But I'll tell you what, Cohen Carr had probably his greatest moment on the biggest stage in a tournament play, and that game was set up for Cohen Carr to dominate, because Bryant is also a team that likes to push the pace at times. But Cohen Carr is just that special kind of athlete, an athlete that Bryant had never seen, and Cohen Carr made some special plays. How'd you feel about that game, and Cohen Carr in particular?
I'll say this. That was one of my unsung heroes right there. I was not expecting this. I know this man can fly out of the gym, but I was not expecting 18 points, 9 rebounds, and a block from this dude. Like, Tom just, let him play. He was like, hey, he's on a heater right now. Just let him go. Let him continue on playing. I mean, the rest of the team still got some shots up as well, too. Jason Richardson actually, 15 points in that game as well. But still, it was Cohen Carr. That was a hero right there. Shout out to Tom Izzo for, not benching him, not, pulling him back and say, hey, take a breather, take a rest. This was your coming out party, Cohen Carr. Hopefully you can keep this up as well, too. And you can see it. You also seen it last night as well, too, with a lot of the effort he was giving as well, with rebounds, even saving an out-of-bounds play, getting it back, getting the Spartans back possession. But, man, Cohen Carr, I can't speak highly enough about this dude. Hopefully, he will be an NBA athlete soon, but as of right now, I'm enjoying this time at Michigan State.
But it's exactly what I'm talking about. Tom Izzo does this all the time. He puts together these teams where it's just these NBA potential type athletes, whether they're in the starting lineups or coming off the bench, or sometimes he has to go deeper into the rotation. It's like, where are you getting these players from? Shout out to Tom Izzo for what he does. He's one of the easy ones of the rivals to credit, just because I love hoops, and his mind is a good one. Going to different camps that he's talked at over the years. He's one of the just when we talk about JB Bickerstaff being a coach's coach, obviously Tom Izzo is one of the coaches. So shout out to you guys, man, Michigan State Spartans. I'm happy for you, JB BickerSmooovv. And Flannel Sam.
Appreciate that.
Poetic Justice, how are you feeling about Wisconsin?
I mean, I love seeing Wisconsin go down. Yeah. I've always hated Wisconsin basketball. I hate them slightly less now than those rat Bo Ryan teams. Oh my God.
Bo Ryan
some
teams.
Names that just make me want to scream are Frank Kaminsky. And shout out to Frank Kaminsky. He actually had game, but that didn't mean I had to like him. And then they had this carrot top looking motherfucker named Mike Bruzewicz. God, I hated so many of those guys. They were horrible to watch. But they did win a lot. But of course, I love seeing Wisconsin go down. And JB, I wanted to follow up one more thing on a Cohen Carr. The good news is I think he has a lot of developing left. I think it would behoove him to stay another year or two, because he is a special athlete, just one of those God-given traits. His vertical is off the charts, but I don't think he's a complete enough basketball player to be a viable NBA player just yet. But if he comes back, has the best year of his career, develops some more skills, maybe he will be. So you might be seeing Cohen Carr for another year. At least that's what I suspect.
No, I completely agree with you on that as well, too. I don't think he's a complete NBA player just yet. But like I said, if you come back another year, another tutelage under Tom Izzo, you definitely can get your skills together and honestly be a late first round or early second round pick if he chooses to do that as well, too. But definitely, he has the talent. He has the skills. It's just mastering those. That's what it takes.
Hey, and we'll see. It's a testament to Michigan State that they've got a lot of depth. And was one of their strengths going into the tournament, and it could end up being a strength as this tournament goes on. Hopefully, I obviously would like to see them not go too far, but I'm happy for my friend JB.
I am happy, and that's my question to you, man. What is that outlook for you, brother? How confident are you moving ahead to this next weekend?
I mean, storylines are kind of writing themselves. This looks like there's going to be a date with Michigan versus Michigan State in the Elite Eight, so I'm hyped for that.
That gets me fired up.
Oh, that would be incredible, at least for our network, for the city. I personally would prefer Michigan versus Ole Miss, but at the end of the day, I can see the path, and it would be just quite a day. Imagine the day previewing that, and I'm sure we would have a watch party as well. And just imagine the bragging rights that either school would get. Obviously, Michigan's got a very tall task going against Auburn, who for much of the year was probably the best team in the country. MSU's got a tough one against Ole Miss, so we'll see. It could happen, it could not.
If
but
that happens, we gotta get a Platty and Spinny on here, right over
for
here on the couch. Yeah, that would be an epic one because that game would probably. I wonder when it would happen. Probably earlier in the day. So it would be dope to be able to get those guys on the show and get some real banter going on. So I know JBSmooovv, you would love to have some Sparty company on here, huh?
I mean, that would be amazing. You know, I'm over here fighting the good fight by myself. So if Spinny and Platty can get on here, that'll be amazing.
Yes, and that game would be on a Sunday if it were to happen, by the way. But I'm sure we would have something set up here. That's for sure. But we'll see. Just a great. I always like it when, even though I hate State with every fiber of my being, it's nice that the tournament. Because last season, we all know what happened with Michigan, worst season in program history. And State, they had a disappointing year as well, went out in round 2. And now we can just talk for multiple segments about tournament basketball. And that's what March is all about. And it's just, I love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Coming up next, though, we got to get to Michigan because they advanced to the Sweet 16 as well. And unfortunately for you, JB, Michigan does outnumber Michigan State on the show, so we got multiple voices that want to talk the talk. But first, got to tell you about Feldman. Feldman Chevrolet of Novi, Detroit's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year for 6 consecutive years. They've got deals of the month. You can get a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew for just $199 a month. You can also get a 2025 Chevy Equinox for only $249 a month. Come see George Haas and his team at Feldman Chevrolet of Novi.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of us here at Woodward Sports. Scan that QR code on screen. Use code word Woodward1000. You can deposit up to $1,000, but all you have to do is place a minimum of a $20 bet. And if it doesn't hit, they'll throw it right back into your account with no questions asked. Hey, if you bet on New Mexico yesterday, guess what? That 20 is right back into your account that you can bet once again on Thursday. Scan the QR code on screen. Use code word Woodward1000. You know what? Make some money today.
Hey, what up, though, people? Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. Now the show actually begins. It's the mission.
Hey.
Congratulations again to Michigan State.
This is JB. This isn't like a shitty Spartan fan. This isn't like daily MSU in the booth.
I love you, JB. I love our Spartan family, man, but we get a little bit of opportunity to still be able to, since we're still dancing, so we get a little bit of opportunity to be able to throw some jabs. But shout out to Go Blue and the way that they won this game, man. 91-79 win over Texas A&M. They seem to clean up and reverse all of the mistakes, the things that we've been talking about, from rebounding to physical. You got the 7-footers, so dominate the paint and clean up those turnovers, and they did that. And then they got some support, major support from even more of those role players, Flannel Sam.
Hey, got a big apology coming up in just a couple of minutes from old Flannel Sam. But speaking of apologies, I really wish that I wouldn't have counted this team out, because I know you'll find clips of me saying that I predicted they would lose in the first round of the Big Ten tournament and in the first round of the NCAA tournament. And to Michigan basketball, I do apologize for that. And I could not be happier to be wrong. A Sweet 16 appearance in Dusty May's first year as head coach. Are you kidding me? Michigan basketball is officially back. And honestly, as much as the Sweet 16 is an opportunity for Michigan to do even more, win some more games, maybe advance even further, maybe pull off the upset against Auburn, just the fact that Michigan has made it this far already, this season is already a success. In future seasons, the expectations will be higher, but coming off an 8-24 season, 3-17 in Big Ten play, just what I've watched, the amount of games that I've been to this year, even when the team wasn't looking so great, I'm just very, very grateful for this team. And I'm very, very grateful that in this game in particular, I saw them at the point when they were down 60-50, rattle off one of the most impressive stretches of Michigan basketball I've ever seen. Close the game on a 41-19 run. So many players stepped up and hit big shots, made big stops, made huge rebounds. It was just the type of Michigan basketball that I know and love. And when you even talk about the totality of the game, less than 10 turnovers. When Michigan does that, they're damn near unstoppable. Love to see that. The free throw shooting over 80%, which was a great change from the previous tournament game, which they almost shot themselves into a loss with free throws. So shout out to this Michigan team. Could not be prouder. And it's taking it all in of how far things have come. I used to dream about days like these.
Hey, and JBSmooovv, do you have that graphic with the 2 7-footers on there?
Oh, you mean Area 51?
Hey, you know what? Let's throw that up there, man, because these are the things I've been trying to just focus on with this Michigan team and wondering, can Dusty May motivate this team to be better? These were mistakes that they were causing and bringing upon themselves. And even though rebounds isn't necessarily a mistake, we noticed, and I know KG, you were really, really big on this, that they were just out of position on a lot of these rebounds. And putting them in man and letting these guys just go out there and scrap it out in certain situations allowed them, in my opinion, to rebound better. And I know that some of the things that dude, Justin, I wish he could have been here today because I know he's fired up about this victory today. One of the things he wanted to see was those bigs go out there and not just get double-doubles, but try and get a dominant double-double. I know the guy that he asked the most out of was Vlad Golden. So it was good to see him go out there and put up a big double-double, 23 points, 12 rebounds, and there were plays where when they needed a bucket, they were able to dump it down to those big guys and let them just get what looked like an easy layup. So it was nice to see Dusty May being able to motivate things that led to those guys, Vlad G getting a double-double, Danny Wolf just outside of that with 14 and 9. Obviously, Roddy Gale Jr., who I know you're going to expound on a little bit later, Flannel Sam, had another impressive game off the bench. You had some words to say about him in the last show too, KG. And just the impressive stats, you talked about it. Under 10 turnovers. You've been screaming about the turnovers for a while, Flannel Sam. Just 9. And then they won the rebound battle and the points in the paint battle while holding Texas A&M to 38% from the field and 25.9 from 3. These were all the things we were saying Michigan has to do better to have any chance of advancing to the next weekend in March Madness.
Hey, and while we're on Area 51, I figure we could start with them because I'll be honest, and KG, I know you saw this as well, Kool-Aid, you saw this as well too. There were moments throughout the game where Pharrell Payne, Texas's big man, was dominating. And there were points in the second half where Texas A&M was up by 10, and Michigan just had no answer for Pharrell Payne. And at points during the game, I didn't know how Vlad Golden or even Danny Wolf would look at the end of the game, whether a lot of the blame was going to be placed on one Area 51, especially Vlad Golden. But I'll tell you what, when it comes to Vlad Golden, there are a lot of heroes in this game. There are a lot of players who played great for certain stretches. Honestly, this is kind of a theme of today's show. But Vlad Golden, I've got to give him a ton of credit for a couple of things. One, he got a 23 and 12 double-double with 5 offensive rebounds. You love to see that. That's exactly what you want. Vlad Golden is too big and too strong, even though he doesn't always play like it, to not be getting double-doubles, to not at least be playing Pharrell Payne to a draw, because Vlad Golden is a better player. It's just Pharrell Payne might be a little bit more athletic and stronger. But Vlad Golden, there was a stretch in which Roddy Gale really carried Michigan to a 1-point lead. 71-70.
He was their three-point shooting.
Hey, who would have thought that before yesterday? But more on that in just a couple of minutes. But then Vlad Golden, in that stretch, after Michigan took a 71-70 lead, proceeded to score Michigan's next 8 points. 2 easy buckets assisted by Reuben Jones. Shout out to him as well. 2 free throws and an easy layup assisted by Trey Donaldson. Shout out to him as well. More on him later. So Vlad Golden, when he needed to be fed, dominate the paint when the team needed him most, and make his free throws, which he did at a 9 for 11 clip, Vlad Golden, for whatever sins that he had, for whatever times he lost battles, individual battles to Pharrell Payne, Vlad Golden made up for that and then some at the end of the game, really, honestly, putting this team away. He was the closer. He was the one who Texas A&M just didn't have answers for down low in the latter part of the second half, and that's what ended up extending Michigan's lead from 71-70 to 79-72. Couldn't stop him at the end.
And this was another interesting one from Area 51. Okay, how many blocks did University of Michigan have? They had 6 for the game, and Texas A&M 3 for the game.
Yes.
You know who had the blocks for Michigan?
3 for
Danny
Golden,
Wolf.
3 for Wolf.
Bro, they put in the work. I mean, but this is what they have to continue to do.
Yep.
When we talked about the Michigan State game, the first one just burned the tape.
Yep.
This is one of the ones, though, against Texas A&M that you say, you know what, guys, pop in the footage. This is more of what we like to see, especially, like you stated, kind of more in those later 7 minutes to go in the game. It seemed like this team, they figured out what their identity was, or at least what was working in the game, which is a sign of good coaching, and they continue to attack it and attack it and attack it. And we sat up here for weeks. You guys have talked about this for a long time. They have some strengths that it just doesn't seem like they're utilizing, and then beyond that, they're also shooting themselves in the foot. This was one of those games where it seemed like they put it all together, where the things that you think these should work, it worked out for them. Seeing Vlad Golden go out there and them being able to effectively just dump the ball to him in the paint, and he just turns around and puts it up on the glass. It was just like, all right, do more of this stuff.
Yep. And shout out to Reuben Jones and Trey Donaldson for feeding him as well at the end of the game, because, when you're a big man, you can't really create your own offense, and Vlad Golden can get as open or as good a position as you want. Somebody's still got to feed him, and Reuben Jones and Trey Donaldson did that. Hey, love to see that. Speaking of assists, I got to shout out Danny Wolf as well, because there was a big stretch. This was actually in the beginning of the first half. Or not at the beginning, at the end of the first half. There was a stretch where Danny Wolf assisted on 4 consecutive Michigan-made baskets, which were his only 4 assists of the game. You had a Reuben Jones 3, a Roddy Gale dunk, a Roddy Gale 3, and a Vlad Golden bucket. That ended up cutting a 6-point lead, or a 6-point deficit to 1. Those are big moments. I understand that when we talk about the game, we're going to talk about the second half, and rightfully so. But Danny Wolf, there were some moments at the end of the first half where he looked like, honestly, for that stretch, as good of a passing big man as I've ever seen in college. And we know that he has that in him. We know that he has that skill set. And before I pass it over to KG, Area 51 as a whole, before the game on Thursday, the first round matchup against UC San Diego, I called for Area 51 to combine for 40 and 20 and do it efficiently. They did not succeed in that mission on Thursday, but they still ended up winning. But against Texas A&M, a team that is more known for rebounding and for having capable big men like Pharrell Payne, for example, Area 51 combined for 41 points, 21 rebounds, 10 offensive rebounds, 6 blocks, and 77% from the free throw line, which is absolutely huge, which 77% is above Vlad Golden's season average, which is way above Danny Wolf's season average, and something that really plagued Michigan in the game against UC San Diego. If Vlad Golden's making his free throws, and if Danny Wolf is making his free throws, they can beat Auburn. More on that on Friday, but Area 51 is really that advantage that Michigan's going to have over most teams.
Yeah, and KG, what up, though, man? There was so much that went right for Go Blue, and I'm very confident. I know leading up to the Big Ten tournament, Michigan at first didn't give us the best of spirits, but Dusty May, he's somebody that during this time can go in and bring out the right game plan, and honestly, the right type of play out of his guys come tournament time. We saw it through the Big Ten tournament run. They look like a completely different team than the weeks prior, and they've continued that now.
Yeah, no, Dusty May went out there and he did exactly everything I wanted him to do over this past week. You remember last week I was saying that, Vlad Golden, and not that you necessarily want to run your whole offensive game plan through him, but for a majority of this game, I wanted to see them dump the ball to him down low, be the anchor, draw the defense in, and be able to create opportunities for other people. He's a big man that can hit his free throws at the line. There's no reason that at 7 foot you shouldn't be force feeding this guy in the paint, because on most nights you will have that advantage, and that's what you saw in this game. Particularly the work that Michigan did in this second half. And let me just start off by saying this is officially a dream season for Michigan. The way these guys just continue to battle through adversity is really admirable. Like you said, they were down 10 points in that second half at one point, came back to win by 11. This run has been absolutely amazing, and I'm satisfied as a fan. No matter what happens, going against Auburn, we all know that's a tall task, but we will cross that bridge when we come to it. But you got a better offensive output from Danny Golden. He went out there 14 points, a little more efficient, 6 of 13. The only thing that they didn't do well was shoot the three. You still want to see them, hit the three a little better, but overall they kept the turnovers down. Were they, starting to creep up? Yeah, but they were able to keep that to single digits. I think that's huge. And you just got big games from everybody in the second half, man. Once again, Trey Donaldson, I know he didn't have the best game, but late in the game he made clutch plays when it mattered. LJK signed another guy that went out there and provided a spark off the bench, and I can't speak enough to the game that Roddy Gale had. And if he can go out there and do, I don't expect this out of him every night, but if he can go out there and give you 80%, 75% of what he gave you this past weekend, then Michigan is a very, very dangerous team, especially when you have Vlad Golden hitting in the paint like he did, 23 and 12 for him, and Danny Wolf just being your every tool big man, being able to pass, being able to score, also being able to rebound. You mentioned the 3 blocks for each on the defensive end. Dusty May trusted his defense out there. He kept man most of the game, and you saw it pay off. They won the rebounding battle, and they look good down the stretch, bro. So, man, I'm so happy with this Michigan team, and we all know Johnny Broom and the boys over at Auburn. It's not going to be easy next week, man. That man is averaging a double-double. It's going to be a tall task, but if Michigan can play to their strengths, they absolutely have a chance going against the best team in the nation.
Yeah, that's
Can I just read these super chats before we move on just a little bit?
Yeah.
Once again, shout out to everyone sending in super chats. $9.99 from Luigi Gaming. I don't know about this one, bro. He said, I would rather watch my fiance get nailed by Jason Love than watch Michigan.
Damn, okay, big dog.
Yo,
That's the card.
Luigi, we're here for you.
I respect that.
Cooking out, huh?
I respect that because
Heavy.
I'm not even going to put this out there, but if MSU wins big, I will be very depressed. Like, probably call someone about me depressed, but not to get too dark. I understand Luigi's argument, and I don't hate you for it. As I honestly have a lot more respect for people who are just open and unapologetical haters, because I know I am for Michigan State. I know that JB is for Michigan, and that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. But at the end of the day, I think we can all appreciate that both teams are in the Sweet 16 or at a possible collision course for the Elite 8. And
just don't put your girl on the line, Luigi.
Yeah.
But is there another? There's another one, right?
Yeah, there's another one.
Ahead.
Shout out to everyone once again sitting in super chats. Dante151,
Shout out.
$4.99. He said on that game-winning shot for Maryland, did he travel? I think he did, but the refs didn't call it. So life goes on. Let's go, all 3 teams.
Hey. He might have, but that was big time by Derek Queen. He's a damn good player. He's going to be a top 10 pick, and shout out to him. And Maryland, they're a team that I know our guy Justin was very high on. That probably is, but that's all right. I'm not gonna. That was big time. I don't know how he got it off the glass
I swear.
so smoothly.
Maryland was supposed to lose, bro.
They were.
I'm on their ass still. I still don't believe in them.
Hey, they did make the Sweet 16, though.
They did.
But
they did.
We'll see what happens in the next round. But before we move on to my apology to a certain player, I see a couple people in the chat about Hunter Dickinson. Yes, he choked. This is Chuck Brewer. I thought Hunter was the best big man in the country. When do we hear about his great games? He has had many, but that tournament game was awful, and I have to own that, and I got nothing to say.
Sam, are you still hunting for dick? Oh, you quiet. Huh?
I will say this, though.
That's musket on musket crime.
I will say
Sword
this.
fighting this shit.
Obviously, I would never even attempt to defend what went on, because Kansas's collapse in that game all started with that ill-advised, maybe one of the worst tournament passes I've ever seen, which led to an Arkansas layup on the other end. And Hunter Dickinson, I think he turned it over again, did absolutely nothing in the second half. I would never defend that in a million years. However, social media's reaction, people act like Hunter Dickinson had the skill set of John Teskey and the personality of the Night Stalker Richard Ramirez. Come on. Come on. If you actually say that he has the game of John Teskey, I think I'll like.
No, he doesn't.
Stop it.
He doesn't, but he's not who you think he is. That's all I will say.
Fine. And
he's not who you think he is.
You know what? I gotta own that because
It's not good.
he was awful.
Thank you, Willie B, for the cleanup. Willie B for the cleanup.
Only was an All-American 3 times, but who cares? But we're gonna kumbaya because when we come back, I have an apology to give. And
Damn
I
right
think
you do.
we're probably all are going to jump in on that because I think a lot of us said some things about this man that were probably a little bit too far before, and he made up for it.
And shout out to Tom Hurd, Korea Pistons fan, back in the chat.
Shout out.
Supporting. He said,
Big
okay,
dog.
this is a topic I'm clueless about. Let's go Michigan and MSU. So he's just going to jump on board. Hey, definitely, brother, support the homies. You got JBSmooovv. He is our Sparty representative. We even got Cavassier Chase in the building, Central Michigan. You got the Gold Blue contingent with KG, myself, Flannel Sam, Willie B. Michigan,
Against Auburn.
No, but
do
what's
you
your
support
fandom?
Michigan?
I support Michigan all day.
That's right.
I can support Michigan. I'm not a state person. I ain't fuck JB.
You a smart man, Willie.
Look at
You a
JB
smart
over
man.
there. But and I see you, Tom. Listen, the whole back half of the show, Pistons today, bro. So stay tapped in. We got a lot to talk about. But Tigers is right around the corner as well. So White Claw Flannel
This
is
week.
already confirmed, and we're just waiting to see what other ones are going to jump on board. It's going to be epic. Spindy already said he's going to drop by the set as well. It's going to be an awesome time, and I cannot wait. So Detroit, get ready. Tigers opening day is here on April 4th. Bro, it's March 24th. It is right around the corner. Join Woodward Sports for the biggest and best party in the D, the Grand Slam Festival. Outdoor tent party at the Detroit Opera House, so right in the middle of the action. The broadcast is brought to you by Jars Cannabis, Mad Packs, and White Claw, where drinks will be flowing, smoke clouds will rise, and the party won't stop. The WSN broadcast will go all day. And make sure you guys find the heavies. They're doing content, man on the street content all day. So make sure you guys find them and get in the content. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at GrandSlamDetroit.com. Woodward Sports is opening day, brought to you by Jars Cannabis, Mad Packs, and White Claw.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Planet Fitness. Fitness that fits your budget. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, friendly, knowledgeable staff, and a totally judgment-free atmosphere. Did you know that all Planet Fitness memberships include fitness training for no extra cost? Want all the perks? Upgrade to the PF Black Card to enjoy use of amenities such as unlimited use of the Black Card Spa featuring hydro massage, massage chairs, and total body enhancement and more, along with access to over 2,500 locations worldwide and unlimited guest privileges. For more information or to join today, visit your local Planet Fitness or planetfitness.com.
Hey, what up, though, people? Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. We appreciate y'all for kicking off the day with the WUW Crew. We got Kavassier Chase in the building. We got Willie B in the sound booth. Detroit's #1 draft pick. JB, I was about to say JB Bickerstaff again. JBSmooovv in the Titty booth, man. It's a victory show, triple victory show, man. In the T-Taz booth. And you know, when we get to the Pistons segment, I got to show you guys something that Willie B, you guys already know about the chicken tenders that KG's always hating on.
Indeed.
Hey, but
They
look,
always
man,
burn.
My guy. No, bro, look, we got picture evidence today from Willie B. So we gonna make sure that the Pistons segment we get there, man. I always like to highlight kind of the atmosphere in the arena too. Got KG in the building. That's Detroit's #1 draft pick.
Yes, sir.
Rookie of the year, going for MVP. Doing great with the Woodward Tigers along with Nick. Tailgate always wins, man. Keep crushing.
Yes,
Flannel
sir.
Sam, the vet of the squad on the network. It's your boy Brandon Dent, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid. We're getting right back into the Go Blue talk. Then we got a TPB. But Michigan, man. I see it in the chats already, and I'm seeing this name. Gail and Carson are clicking, and I saw another one here from Greg, 2025. Gail Jr. is playing very well right now. What a dog. And that was a name that we brought up on the show as well a couple times last week and Friday as a preview. As a player, hey, can this guy step up? Can he be something different? Because you always need one of those players or two of those players during March Madness to be able to give your team that extra boost, to make a little bit of a run. And so far, Roddy Gale Jr. has been that guy.
And not only did he step up, he's a Michigan tournament legend for life with that kind of game that he had. And I would just like to say to Mr. Roddy Gale Jr., I'm sorry. I was wrong. You were right. I'm stupid. You're very smart. I'm not good looking, and you're incredibly attractive. I said some...
Jesus Christ.
Hey, was that an STFU game?
Oh, yeah. Well, 100%. 100%. I said some incredibly disrespectful things about Roddy Gale Jr. There were points where I pretty much wanted him out of the rotation. But honestly, if we're talking about Roddy Gale Jr., this tournament game was a culmination of him playing pretty damn well ever since the start of the Big Ten tournament and being a very viable contributor on this team. But not only was he a viable contributor in the game last, he was the best player on the floor. Against Texas A&M, Roddy Gale Jr. was the best player on the floor. He had 26 points. His previous season high was 20. He had 4 made threes. His previous season high was 2 on 6 attempts. If you would have told me before that game that Roddy Gale Jr. would go 4 of 6 from 3, I would have bet every amount of money that I have, that my wife has, that my mom and dad has, and just say, trust me, I'm going to bet this Michigan is going to win. That's how unlikely of an occurrence that I thought it was going to be. And Roddy Gale, he made it happen. For the whole season, he's a 24% three-point shooter, but in that game, 4 of 6. And with Roddy Gale, it wasn't even just that he scored and played well. He stepped up in some of the most important aspects of the game. You can even look at the first half. There was a stretch when Michigan was down 29-26 towards the end of the half. Roddy Gale got a dunk and a 3 on back-to-back possessions, both assisted by Danny Wolf, by the way, to end up tying the game. There was also a stretch early in the second half, and it was very frustrating at the time because it seemed like for a while, and I know all the Michigan fans in the room will agree with me, that Michigan and Texas A&M were just trading baskets. It was just Texas A&M would be up by 10, Michigan would cut it to 8, Texas A&M would score again, Michigan would score again. But a couple of those Roddy Gale made baskets really kept Michigan in that game. He hit one when they were down by 10 to cut the lead to 8, and then 1-3 to cut the lead to 7 when Michigan was down by 10. Those are some big points because there were moments where it looked like Texas A&M might pull away and Pharrell Payne was looking unstoppable. Those are some tough moments, and Roddy Gale really helped stabilize things. But what was really the special stretch when it came to Roddy Gale was towards the end of the second half, when Michigan was down 63-59. And all Roddy Gale Jr. did was score Michigan's next 12 points by himself, including a couple of threes, to put Michigan ahead by 1, 71-70, a lead that Michigan would never relinquish. Like I said, the apology was always going to be as loud as the disrespect was from me, and I hope that Roddy Gale will forgive me. I hope Roddy Gale's family will forgive me. I hope that Roddy Gale fans who never wavered will forgive me, because Roddy Gale was special. He's a Michigan tournament legend for life. He had his greatest moment on the greatest stage, and you will never hear me say another bad word about Roddy Gale Jr. again, because as KG said, at least for this season, and it's something that I said as well, Michigan making it to the Sweet 16 is already a success. Obviously, I'd love to beat Auburn. I'd love for Michigan to beat Auburn. I'd love for them to advance further. I would love for them to go to the Final Four and win it all. But at the end of the day, Michigan getting to the Sweet 16 makes this season an automatic success no matter how you slice it, considering where Michigan came from. And Roddy Gale Jr., let's just call a spade, saved Michigan's ass when they needed saving. And he's a legend for life. He'll never have to buy a drink in the city of Ann Arbor again.
Am I the only one that likes Sam on the apology tour?
Hey, he's a changed man.
He sounded like Kwame, man, when he got caught, man. It's amazing to see, bro. It's amazing to see.
He's been down in some Pistons games.
Oh, big shout out to Kwame, bro. Nice. You ain't gonna find no Kwame slander this way. Listen, we all know what he did, all right? Yeah, we all know what he did. But While I wasn't as harsh on Roddy Gale as Sam, I did think he was somebody that was absolutely hurting this team, and we got to be flat out about it. Without that performance, particularly from three, without that performance, you lose this game. Roddy Gale, he absolutely kept this team in this game, and he delivered when you needed him to the most. And once again, we all know he's a guard that can put the ball on the floor, get inside, but when he's hitting from three like that, that makes this team even more dangerous, especially coming from a player who was relatively dead from three a majority of the year. So big shout out to him. I just hope he can keep this stretch going. Like I said, I don't expect him to do this every time he's out there, but just give us a portion of what you did in this game and we'll be fine.
Well, that's the thing about Roddy Gale. I personally, if I were making a prediction, I don't think he makes 4 threes the rest of the tournament. It's very rare for him, and that's not disrespectful, by the way. My point is that Roddy Gale, ever since the Big Ten tournament, has been helping this team in the ways that we know that he can put the ball on the floor and attack the basket. We know that he can be aggressive, and it's worked for him. Trust me, I remember back to the Iowa game when Roddy Gale had the game-winning layup. That was a goaltend, but it still counted. Those are moments we saw from Roddy Gale at points. We saw him cut. We saw him slash. We saw him get open numerous times throughout the season and finish easy buckets. We've seen him do that in the Big Ten tournament and in the NCAA tournament numerous amounts of times. It's just that to end the year, he really had a tough stretch, as did a lot of other Michigan players. But a lot of these guys who really had gotten away from what they do best at points are hitting their stride at the right time. And Roddy Gale Jr. is the poster child of that. Quite frankly, right now, Roddy Gale Jr. is the tournament MVP for Michigan. No question about it.
Definitely. And just as you look at this roster and you look at the road ahead, what's the outlook for you? And in addition to Roddy Gale Jr., who do you believe needs to or will step up?
It's got to be Area 51 because Johnny Broome he's one of those guys that Michigan hasn't seen very often. They're used to having a big-time, big-man advantage in damn near every game, and Johnny Broome is special. He's been one of the best players in the country. He's averaging a 19-10 double-double. Auburn is the 1 seed, so we'll see. They have to at least bother him and get offense for themselves as well, or at least not so much flat goalie getting offense for themselves, but you understand what I mean. Get offense on their end. Hopefully, hey, I think that the benchmark, even going up against Auburn, Area 51's got to give you 40 and 20 if they're going to win that game. A combined 40 and 20, and hopefully efficiently as well. And hopefully they continue to hit their free throws, because we cannot sleep on the fact that Michigan was over 80% from the free throw line on high volume. They attempted 36 free throws and made 29 of them. They almost lost the game the first time because paint. Yes, punish the paint.
No, Sam, I totally agree with you. I'll see that and I'll raise you Trey Donaldson though, because when he's on and he's efficient, this team has a whole different look. And once again, he didn't have the best game in this one, but down the stretch, he made clutch plays that mattered. Now, if you can get him to just once again find his offense within the flow of the game, go out there and be the primary playmaker for this team, go out there and make plays. Trey Donaldson, he adds just another element to this Michigan team. And before this outing that Roddy Gale had, I would say that Trey Donaldson has arguably been the best player for Michigan in this tournament, not named Vlad Golden or Danny Wolf. So I would say Trey Donaldson, go out there and continue to be that point guard, continue to push the pace, get inside when you need to, hit your shots when they're open, and just play make, man. And I think they'll be okay.
I'll tell you what about Trey Donaldson too. How the F did that scoop shot go in?
I'm telling you, bro, that was crazy.
And shout out to my wife, because she was in the room when I was watching that. I'm not kidding. When Trey Donaldson actually hit that scoop shot off of a possession, which was not a good possession, by the way. So shout out to Trey Donaldson for making up for it with that amazing shot. The only thing I could do was I was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Because it really looked like, remember, before Trey Donaldson made that play, really just kind of created it out of thin air, it looked for a second like Michigan might end up, I don't want to say choking because it didn't happen, but they had a 10-point lead and all of a sudden dwindled down to 3, and it happened very, very quickly, and I was getting really, really scared. But Trey Donaldson, he's done that all season long. You can go back to the UC San Diego game with a stabilizing 3. You can go back to the Maryland game with the go-ahead 3 and then the game-winning coast-to-coast layup. Hell, you can even go back to the Penn State game, which obviously beating Penn State at home, kind of the story of Michigan's season, letting inferior teams hang around. But Trey Donaldson in that game helped Michigan avoid disaster. Because if you lose that game, that's really heads will roll. But at least if you win, you can be like, phew, we escaped.
And they have a good they have a good recipe and a good flow right now and a good rhythm to their team. The chemistry's there, and you see selfless basketball. You see them improving in the tournament, which is a great sign, especially as you're moving on to the next into the next weekend. And that's where I'm like, when you got players stepping up like Roddy Gale Jr. in addition to a player like Trey Donaldson, who when it gets into winning time, when it gets down to the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game, you see what a player like him can do and what he can be. Because pressure will bust pipes, but there are special players who always rise or have that ability to rise to the occasion. And Trey Donaldson, at least through the Big Ten tournament and through March Madness, has continued to be an individual that can make that happen. And that's where we saw it again. Didn't necessarily have the best of game throughout, but when it got down to that pressure time in each and every possession, now is that much more valued. We saw Trey Donaldson be one of those more important players. So I look forward to those types of players stepping up and being able to bolster and making life that much more easy on Area 51.
Hey, I'll tell you what, when it's getting to the point where when Trey Donaldson has the ball in crunch time, you expect good things to happen because it just continues to, even on a possession which was not executed well other than the shot. Trey Donaldson made it all okay. And one more person that I think we need to shout out before we move on to the Pistons, of course, is LJ Kaysen. There are a ton of heroes in this game, and we've shouted out plenty of them, but LJ Kaysen really deserves his flowers because he really was the spark plug at times. He had 8 very quick second half points to really help keep this team in the game. Like I said, a lot of them occurred when Michigan was trading baskets with Texas A&M, and it seemed like they couldn't get any closer than 7 or 8, and Texas A&M would hit another one. But LJ Kaysen, man, he did it with his scoring. He did it with his playmaking. He made 4 free throws during a stretch. He assisted on a Roddy Gale 3. He had a couple of buckets on his own, and a couple of those, and his last made layup of the game, because he didn't get a lot of run after that stretch, ended up cutting a Texas A&M lead to 4. So it wasn't just that he was trading baskets with Texas A&M. He was making big plays to help cut into the lead. And with LJ Kaysen, I don't know if there's anybody that I'm more excited to watch at Michigan next year. Because he's coming back, unless he transfers, knock on wood. But hopefully he sees and he's experienced, at least in this Big Ten tournament and NCAA tournament, experience what he can potentially be next year. Because Trey Donaldson should be back. LJ Kaysen should be back. Danny Wolf, come on, please. We don't know about that. I think Vlad Golden is out of eligibility, but it's another ball handler for Michigan, another someone who can create their own offense. LJ Kaysen, he's coming out on the biggest stage, and as excited as I am about what he's done for this team, I'm very excited about what his future can be, because I really think LJ Kaysen could be the best player on this team in a couple of years. I really do.
Yeah, definitely, and it's what Michigan needs. You got a couple different players that are percolating, in addition to the big dogs, and I do believe that they have a good chance. I know we're going to break it down more as the week goes on, but I do believe they have a good chance to mess up March Madness just a little bit and give us potentially that dream matchup, as well as Sparty holds down their end of the bargain with Michigan and Michigan State. That would be absolutely epic, and let's make it happen.
Hey, we all know State's losing. I'm kidding. We'll talk about it on Friday, where we give our actual predictions. But we'll see. Ole Miss is a damn good team, but MSU, they won when Jace Richardson and Jeremy Fears shot a combined 1 of 12 and 0 of 5 from 3. Uh-oh. We'll see, though.
Oh man!
I always knew that they were going to be formidable going into this.
JB, real quick, you a sick man, dog.
Oh, y'all saw I saw. I noticed when you guys
sick
caught up to where I was.
motherfucker,
I don't know
bro.
what y'all talking about. I ain't do nothing.
I was like, that boy worked quick.
He do, bro. That's why he the MVP, man.
Dog,
Flannel shit like that way.
I do.
We're gonna have to figure out a way that he can wear that for opening day.
Oh my God! Please.
Wear that for opening day on the show, Willie. B.
Please.
Even if we just get one shirt made, that's gonna be epic. You know what, chat family? Stay tapped in, man. JBSmooovv is over there cooking as per usual in the entire booth. Shout out to JBSmooovv, man.
Hey, shout out to JBSmooovv. And speaking of JBSmooovv, tell us about merch.
Merch?
Exactly what he was over there designing.
Head over to WoodwardSports.com. Click on that shop tab. We got new designs for you every single week. Let me tell you about the ones we got up on screen right now. The LFG Red Wings t-shirts and hoodies. They couldn't get it done against Vegas the other night, but it's all right. You can still rock the Red Wings as well, too. And you can't forget about the Woodward Tigers as well, too, because opening day is showing up very, very soon, and you need to be decked out in some Woodward sports gear when you're hanging with us at the tent party and also when you're down at Comerica Park as well, too. Go to WoodwardSports.com. All you got to do is click on that shop tab. You know what? Buy a couple of them.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
All right, Woodward sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or just simply chilling at home, Jars Cannabis has you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest line of recreational cannabis products, 27 locations across the state, 9 alone in Metro Detroit, so there's always one right around the corner from you. And don't fear, if you live in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, Michigan, stores are popping up your way very, very soon. If you don't have time to go in-store to check out everything that they have, go online at jarscannabis.com, because you know what? I know you want to get high.
What up, though, people? Man, what a game. The Detroit Pistons win 136-130. And you know what, man? That boy Ron Holland balled out. What up, though, Czar? Hey, that's another one for the Pistons. They handled their business today. We're about to go to the press conference to talk about it for 26 points for Ron Holland. Shout out to the rookie. Hey, welcome back. It is Brandon Dad K, Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. Flannel Sam, the vet of the squad, all sports knower. So he does hold things down for Woodward Wings. But you guys have heard him enough to know that my man knows all sports, including ball. And we got KG. I can't wait as well for his take on these Detroit Pistons. Obviously, we talked about there being 3 handle your business games in a row. And they dropped one Friday night against the Mavs. But they did get that get right against the Pelicans. They were shorthanded. Not just Cade Cunningham, a late scratch, Tim Hardaway out, and Asar Thompson played less than 10 minutes in the game. And we saw the Pistons with a splash of energy from one Mr. Ron Holland go out there and hold it down in the absence of their star player, Cade Cunningham. And I am starting to sense that this Pistons team, that everything we've seen this team be all season, all the energy that they have exerted, it is starting to catch up with them a little bit. And that's why, and not just them, other players in the league as well. This is 10 games left to go. And I think that's where you see the way that they kind of brought Ron Holland along slowly, all the energy that he has, and he's ready to go. What a strategic move by JB Bickerstaff, the way he's helped in this kid's development. And he just looked like the only player that had energy yesterday for large stretches of that game. It was just zipping down, getting and ones, getting dunks. He had the little in and out hezzy back through it and then the dunk through the middle of the lane. And you guys heard the stat, the only teenager, not just rookie, the only teenager in NBA history, because some of the greats had multiple years in their teenage years, to be able to achieve a feat like this, at least 25, 5-5 with 0 turnovers. Shout out to the fearless Ron Holland, man. Absolute dog. Shout out to his peoples as well who are in the building, his parents, his trainer, Coach Jay as well. Shout out to the C2 All-Stars. Got to always shout out Ashton, the trainer, and Cannon Cunningham. But he impressed everybody, including JB Bickerstaff last night. Oh, he continues to echo the same sentiments we've heard from Ron Holland's dad and from Ron Holland directly. He does not care about his own success. He did not care about any snubs from the Rising Stars game. He does not care if he gets snubbed from all rookie or gets any type of fanfare. He just cares about the Pistons making the playoffs. They said to hell with the play-in, and they've been saying that for some months now. He said playoffs and anything I can do defensively or hustle-wise, and if I get my points off of that, then let's go. And look at what Ron Holland is doing right now. You have been consistent, Flannel Sam, about tracking them per 36 numbers, and they just jump off the page. And when he gets a few more minutes like last night, look what he does.
How many minutes did he get last night? 36, eh? No, but hey.
You know what? Ironically, yeah.
Yeah. Which, by the way, sets his career high in minutes by 7. His previous career high was 29. He got 26 points in a game once earlier this year, but it was in a blowout loss at Boston. So the fact that Ron Holland got it in a win in which the Pistons needed every single bit of what Ron Holland gave them in that game, particularly in the fourth quarter. And he set his career high in assists, which he had 6 by 3.
Tied his career high scoring.
His previous career high was 3. You saw Ron Holland thrive when he finally got the usage. He was absolutely incredible. And not only just that, because we talk about that amazing stat line, which not even teenage LeBron James ever did, which is crazy that Ron Holland has a stat line that teenage LeBron never had. It's just incredible, and it's a testament to him. There was a stretch, and this has been a theme of the show, stretches of great basketball from individuals, and oftentimes unlikely individuals, where it was tied at 105, and things were looking a little bit precarious, because it would have not been a fun show in this regard if the Pistons would have dropped that game. But after that, after they were down by after they were tied 105 with the New Orleans Pelicans, Ron Holland gets an and one layup to put them ahead 108 to 105. If you include that and one, there is a stretch where Ron Holland scores and assists on 15 of the next 18 Pistons points, and when it was all said and done, after that stretch, the Pistons were ahead 123 to 115. That's huge. That's being a spark plug. That is really, honestly, for that stretch, putting the Pistons on his back and really carrying them to the finish line. And you mentioned it. This is the dog days of the NBA season. It's not just the Pistons. A lot of teams have those dead legs. Ron Holland sure as heck didn't, and he really gave them that energy and that production that the Pistons needed to really just escape that game, because they needed that one.
Yeah, and you know who else didn't have dead legs? Marcus Sasser.
Hey, yeah.
They call him Mr. Stay Ready Sass. Mm-hmm. And I saw Ron Holland, that was one of his first posts of the night to his IG stories. And Marcus Sasser also got the belt last night. And he played very, very well, stepping up with Cade Cunningham out. That means that now he is the backup facilitator off the bench. And he had a good game last night. 20 points, 3 or 4 from behind the arc, 6 of 9 from the floor. And JB Bickerstaff had a lot of good things to say about both of those guys, Ron Holland and Marcus Sasser. But Sass was the first one credited. So we have the 2-minute, this will be a little bit longer, JB Bickerstaff clip. I wanted to be able to bring the audio directly from the press conference room to you all's ears. JB Bickerstaff on Marcus Sasser, Ron Holland, and bench players, otherwise known as role players.
The game, how happy are you with the production and the effort that the guys gave you?
I was, most appreciative of the guys that came off the bench and gave us that boost. Marcus Sasser has been through a lot with us. He's had opportunities. He's had moments where he hasn't played. But every time he plays, he puts himself in position to help his team win basketball games. And I can't say how difficult that is, but all I can tell you is how important it is to us and what it means as a professional and how well he focuses on his craft. So again, a lot of respect and appreciation for him. And then I think Ron Holland was fabulous tonight. He kind of got the feel that we were in a little bit of the mud ourselves and couldn't get ourselves going. And he took it upon himself to bring us some life, bring us some energy. I thought he was phenomenal on both ends of the floor.
I know there's a lot of guys you lean on to kind of embody what your sport's all about. With Ron Holland being one of those guys at 19 years old, I guess what impresses you most about his understanding of what's needed when, and then to have the athleticism to play at both ends of the floor?
It's just that. It really is. Like I can't say it. Most guys at 19 years old who have been, the guy who've had the ball in their hands all their lives and the focus has been about them, don't understand how to play with others. And, when you come to the league, you go to, a team that's full of lottery picks and, added veterans, like, typically you're going to have to find a niche off the ball for a little bit in order to find an impact. And Ron just has an understanding of how to impact the win. He's a fierce competitor, but he just doesn't care what the play is. It can be an offensive rebound, it could be a steal, it could be a loose ball, a drive to the basket in transition. He just impacts winning in a way because it matters to him. And again, I repeat it, at this age, most guys are trying to figure out
10 seconds.
It's not about me, then what are we doing? And he's done a tremendous job all year of only giving a shit about the team and his teammates.
And you hear it there from his head coach as well. It's not just something that, Ron Holland is just speaking about. It's something that has been put into practice, and his teammates and his coaches have picked up on it as well. And it spurs them to say, we want Ron to have more opportunity as well. And it's good to see that these players have been and stayed ready. I don't know how difficult it is or isn't to make sure that young players are still developing while their minutes are up and down, but then when they're playing late, important games late in the season, you see them stepping up. That is a testament to JB Bickerstaff, but it's also a testament to the mental fortitude, the work ethic, and honestly the character of these players. It shows that they were the right picks, but it's also showing now that JB Bickerstaff and this coaching staff in this organization, they have a better idea of what to put around them. Now, let's get the other JB Bickerstaff video if we have time.
Yep.
All right.
And after 31 wins the last 2 seasons, you've kept a constant refrain all season that this team was better. You've continued to talk about higher standards. What from the beginning of the season about this group and this makeup of players contributed to your belief that they were this good and probably even better?
Talent was there. Like I said, you don't make, as many first-round lottery picks, bring in a group of talent like this and it not be about, talent being there. I think talent takes time to foster. And fortunate enough for me that I was able to get here, when it had been through some things. Again, adding veteran players who you can trust in, who can contribute at a high level, who play, games and are steady, who understand what it takes to win and go, what the postseason looks like and just what fourth quarters look like, right? What meaningful games after the All-Star break looks like. When you put all that together, we knew it was going to take some time to figure it out because the hardest thing to do in this league is learn how to win. But I think our guys figured out what their recipe for success was, bought into the defensive end of the floor, and then let our guys be in their positions offensively to help us win. Appreciate you.
Yeah, and I've been wanting to ask that question for a while, and it was awesome to be able to ask that when they get win number 40 on the season after having 31 combined the last 2 seasons and 14 wins last year, and now they get 40, and they're going to finish in their highest seeding playoff-wise, going back to the end of the going to work era. The last 2 times were 8th seed. This time they're trending to finish with the 6th seed, and that was a question I was glad to be able to ask, and he gave a very, very thorough answer, and he talked about the fact that the talent was already here. He said that they had been through some things, but that the talent was already here. And that was one of the things I wanted to know, because he's been preaching the standard for a while. It's different when a coach is just saying, yeah, we want to make the playoffs. We want to be good. We want to improve. But like we said, the energy that he had from the beginning of the season, when I reported back and was like, guys, he's a coach. JB, Smooth was right. That was the right hire. Even Rod Beard and I was talking right after his introductory press conference and after Ron Holland's one. And it was just like, this guy is it. But to see this team step into what he's been saying after we heard Monty say similar things to start the season last year. But JB has been a guy who's really stepped to the table and stood on business, and his team has followed suit as well.
Yeah, and this, to me, this win that they got against the Pelicans, even though it was a little bit closer than a lot of us had hoped, here's the reality. Before the game, when I heard that Zion was going to be out, I was thinking to myself, all right, Pistons by 20. And then Cade got scratched. And then I thought to myself, just win the game any way that you can. And this team, really fueled by Marcus Sasser and Ron Holland, especially in the fourth quarter, two guys who probably wish that they had more minutes and probably think that they deserve more minutes. These are those type of character wins. You're allowed. That makes you where it's allowed for Cade Cunningham to take a rest when he needs it at this point, when he has something nagging with his calf, and the Pistons were able to take it home for him. You absolutely love to see it, and you love to see guys step up when they're needed. Marcus Sasser, for whatever talent that he has, there are games where he just isn't in the rotation, where he's just not needed. But against the Pelicans, he most certainly was, and he responded with 20 points on 9 shots. 3 of 4 from behind the arc, 10 fourth-quarter points.
Some clutch shots, too.
Clutch shots. We all know what Ron Holland did, really put the team on his back to end the game. That was a great character win after the Pistons really probably let one get away at Dallas. You really don't want, even though the Pistons are almost a lock to make the playoffs and not slip to the play-in, if the Pistons would have lost to the Pelicans right after losing at Dallas with all of the tough games that the Pistons have coming up next.
With Atlanta winning.
Hey, absolutely. Then things start to get a little bit more precarious. But shout out to the more role player types right now, people that everybody thinks that I hate for taking this one home.
Hey, you know what? Before we take a quick break and we get back in here from one Ron Holland as well, the footage is 3 minutes and 13 seconds. We'll see how much we played out, but Ron Holland has definitely earned the time, the moment this morning. And I see people in the chat, they're responding like some of the people who saw this clip last night when I asked that question. And J2 Element, shout out Coach Monty. Weezy D313, quote, the talent was already here, close quote, A. Scuba, he's saying that Monty Williams wasn't ish. I don't know if he was saying that.
No, come on.
But we know that the talent was it was already here. And that's where some people, that's where their minds instantly went to. We heard him talk about Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart in off season. To hear him talk about the rest of this team and the fact that he's like, yeah, we have a really good mix of young guys that are ready to go. And vets, and just putting them in the right position to succeed. Man, 40 wins, looking like a lock for the 6th seed with just 10 games to go, man.
Yeah, no, this has been an amazing season, and I wanted to point out, shout out Weezy D313 in the chat. You know, you put crazy accusations on me, but you're still one of my guys in here. He said, thank goodness for that game. People can't attribute all the team's success to Cade now. We are a team. And, you know, we speak about Monty, and, you know, no offense to Monty in the way that, you know, he was a coach that had a lot of success in the NBA. But most of his, wins and success came from having veteran, led teams, veteran leadership. He comes here to the Pistons, and with a team like this that's still young, that's still developing, you need to do a little bit more. And I think that's just what you're seeing from JB Bickerstaff. This is why he makes the comments that he makes, and we got to be real about it. This is virtually the same team from last year. I think we're validated now in saying that, last year, 14 wins, they weren't a 14-win team. It just was a culmination of Monty. It was a culmination of the organization and the way it was being run at the time. And, we got what we got. But you look at JB this year, bro, and the development is off the charts. For them to go out there and win a game like this, and you know, what I've heard that, you know, they found out Cade was a healthy scratch 30 minutes before the game. For them to go out there and show out like this.
Tender calf.
Yeah, well, but nah, man, it's crazy that they, you know, continue. And this isn't the first time they've done it this season. They've won games without Cade this season. So this just pretty much validates that this team around him has grown. They are developing, and you know that gives Cade a chance to really go out here and just be the star that he is. And you love to see it, bro. And you just hope that this level of play can continue going forward. Shout out to Ron Holland. I know we're gonna get into it in the next segment because we got to give him his flowers. But overall, just a great team victory all the way around, from Marcus Sasser stepping up in that energy spot, going out there putting up buckets, a nasty step back three. That's just his signature at this point. Jalen Duren, and I'm sorry, Rod Beard, I love you to death. You can't tell me he's not the number 2 right now.
I think in the future he will be.
Yeah, because
I think in the future Jalen Duren will definitely be the have a good shot. But Beasley's just been consistent.
No, Beasley cooking. But you can survive a bad shooting night by Malik Beasley. If Jalen Duren don't go out there and give you what he's been giving you lately on both ends of the floor, you probably lose as a team. So that's why I just value what Jalen Duren does a little bit more. No offense to Malik, he's great. We all know he's great. But no, just shout out to this Pistons team, man. They continue to impress.
No, you're spitting facts. That was two of the things that we talked about when Jaden Ivey went down. Was bullish because of there was more for Tobias Harris and Jalen Duren to give, and since then those guys have stepped up tremendously. Even last night, I know the 3 ball didn't fall for Tobias Harris, but his true shooting was close to 60% last night. 14 points, and he's been playing just so tough in the paint. But let's take a quick one, and we'll get right back so we can make sure we're kind to our sponsors. And I know we got more Pistons. TPB, KG.
Oh yeah, talk Pistons, bitch.
Word to our brother Matthew Broder. What friends we saying what up though to?
Lady Jane's.
Hey, I thought so. At Lady Jane's, we take the try of getting a haircut. Our talented stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut, a relaxing scalp massage, my favorite, the hot lather neck shave.
Wonder why.
And a hot towel treatment.
Nice and wet.
Open 7 days a week.
And lubricant.
Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's haircut treatment. It's fucking awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Oh, come on, man. I got to ad read. It's sports. It's true, though. Don't miss out on expert sports injury insights for Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and every Thursday on Ermanni Networks, where he's offering you the top-notch injury advice. So you guys got to trust the guy and that 4-time Stanley Cup champion winner Darren McCarty trusts, because Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944. What up, though, people? Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. We appreciate you, chat family. As always, you guys are the most important part of the WUW Crew production. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hey, you know what? Let's satisfy it. We're going to satisfy the like button, and then we're going to hear from 3 minutes and 13 seconds of Ron Holland, who deserves the spotlight. Absolutely deserves the spotlight. And he was the player that got sent to the press conference room last night. So it was dope to see him on the podium. But y'all don't have to satisfy that like button. Treat it right, treat it nice. It was a long weekend, KG.
I can't hear the music, but listen,
not hunting for dick, but I am hunting for something else, man. So just go ahead and hit that like button, man. Go ahead and grease that finger up and go ahead and slide it down that like button a few times, man. We appreciate y'all, man.
Oh, man. Caught me off guard with that one. Grease that finger up.
Hey, sometimes it get a little nasty.
3, 2, 1. Hey, what up, though, people? We're going to hear from Ron Holland now. No.
Yeah. Hell of a transition.
Shout out to Ron Holland, man. And it's cool to see him get this shine, get the attention for what he did last night. Big win for this team. I don't care if it's the Pelicans. We were down effectively 3 players, and we were relying on some players who don't necessarily get the most consistent of minutes, but they stepped up and they got a win. As you called it, Flannel Sam, that is a character win, and it's because they've identified a lot of character players like one Ron Holland. Definitely.
Hey, more on Ron Holland right now.
Was right by his teammates. He does the right thing. As a rookie coming into this league, when you're trying to stamp yourself, right? How have you seen yourself grow about trying to just make winning plays, even if you don't get all the shine?
Yeah, just coming into the season as a rookie, my main focus was to let them know that I'm here to play hard every single night in practice, games. I just want them to know that I got their back as much as they got mine. And that can be tough sometimes, but I know, like I said, it's trust from the trades and down to the players, and it's just amazing. The culture around here is just amazing.
Took a beating out there today, but also got it going offensively as well, tying your season high. How good does it feel? How good is it walking off the floor, playing meaningful basketball here late in the season, and you being in the headlines?
It feels really good. Just being out there, going to be able to just go out there and hoop. That's one thing I just be doing. I'll be out there just playing for real, and just enjoying myself, having fun. I feel like, one thing about this, it's a long season. It's a lot of ups and downs, but just gonna have to continue to have fun and just continue to realize where I'm at and just enjoy every single second of the day. After this night, I definitely gonna go back, watch film, look at things I could have done better, look at things we could have done better defensively. Because like I said in previous interviews, we looking to push for the playoffs, and we're trying to build habits. So we got things to work on for sure.
Do you feel this game is a testament to everything that you have learned throughout the season? There's been times we talked about shooting, you making plays, defense, playmaking and stuff, and it seemed like everything just kind of came into one for this game.
I think a lot of things happened this game, showing a lot of my skill set and everything. But like I said, it was just a trust thing. I got a lot of minutes tonight, but I couldn't have done this without none of my teammates. Eventually, going into the game, we was just thinking we need to go out here and just play Pistons basketball from the jump. That wasn't the case tonight, but we was able to get over the little hump and be able to get the win.
Ron, it looks like the game is slowing down for you a little bit. Are you using that to maybe help develop some playoff habits and a playoff mindset?
Yes, sir, I am. I feel like, all the things that we've been working on and watching a lot of film, that's definitely helping me slow the game down, be able to see where I can attack and be able to make the right reads every single play. Because at the end of the day, I just want to go out there and win and just do right every single possession and go out there and show that I'm that winning player that everybody tells me to be.
You seem to kind of match the energy of the city with the grit and the willingness to kind of do whatever it takes to win. Mm-hmm. Are you aware of just how much love you get from the city?
I see a lot of it, but I know it's definitely more out there. It's been me since I was a kid, and I just got lucky that I ended up here and being able to come here and just be myself. And the amount of love that I get from the city is just amazing, seeing how much they embrace the grit and the amount of toughness that I bring to this team. It's amazing.
Okay.
Hey, I see you in the chat. Benjamin Four Wise Pistons Alliance audio so bootleg. Hey, look, that's Kool-Aid's feed. They're trying to make sure that we bring as much of the audio that we can share and video that we can share on our platform. And as we move on and as you guys continue to hit that like button, send in the super chats, subscribe, and support the content, it allows us to even up the production value and what we're able to bring to you guys from not just articles and boots on the ground, but also the things that we're able to do from the press conference. I know the Pistons, FanDuel Sports, they carry the official. That's pretty decent audio, but we're definitely trying to make sure, especially when Flannel gets in that room, hopefully when with Red Wings, we have that upgrade, and then we're able to bring even better production quality. But I'm grateful for the fact that Ron Holland continues with all of his answers, continues to push all the praise towards the success of his team and what he wants to do to be able to contribute to that. And I'm so glad that Hunter Patterson of The Athletic asked him that last question about the grit of the city and the love and the support that he's getting from the city as well. Just because that's something that I've asked him a couple times, including, he's living in the city. He's like, bro, this is where I want to be. I'm a Lions fan now. Sorry, Pops, and all of that. And he's like, I want to be able to make sure that people are cheering about the Pistons the way that I hear them cheering, because it was Tiger season at the time, about the Tigers, and the way I've heard them cheer for the Lions. You know what? Last night, 3 o'clock, I've been to those games. I've been to a lot of those games over the last 4 years. 3 o'clock game against a nothing burger team at, with really nothing going on. That arena used to be empty. That arena yesterday was packed. And there were still lines outside all the doors to get into the game, even 15 minutes into the game, even going into the second quarter.
You called it too. You said that would be a good day for families to go down there and enjoy the Pistons.
They showed up, man, and they showed out, and it was loud the entire time. And you know who showed up? You know who made a glorious return? T-shirt Tom, boy.
Yeah.
Tom Gores was sidelined, and it was awesome to see him and his family and all them just kind of there, because he's grown as a team owner. He is cleaned up the mistakes, and you know what? When he was out there, he threw a couple of shirts, and you could tell he didn't want to really take the moment. He just threw a couple of them and just sat back down.
It's nice when he throws the shirts on a winning product, right?
Oh, you know what? The crowd went crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It was almost like a suit, like Tom.
That's crazy. Just 5 years ago, I would have never thought that possible. Tom Gore's actually getting cheered for being the owner of the Pistons.
Think about catching the shirt from an owner of a winning Pistons team.
Yeah.
Hey, let's rock, man.
No, this Pistons team, and once again, Ron Holland, absolutely amazing. And the game that he had yesterday, I mean, where you want it from, bro? He gets to the basket. What you want it from, the three-point range? He takes screens, man. He play defense. He do everything that you want him to do. And listen, I know, Flannel, you catch a lot of slack for your reaction to the Ron Holland draft pick, rightfully so. It was a little crazy. But, at the time, let's just be real about it. A lot of us didn't necessarily want Ron Holland. We thought that Dalton Knecht would be a better fit. And, maybe he would have been. We don't know that. But mostly it was because we were scared that because Ron Holland couldn't shoot threes, how much could he really contribute to this team, especially at the time that Pistons team was in that desperately needed floor spacing. We didn't want to bring another guard in here that seemed like he was handicapped to a degree. But Ron Holland has just come in here and continuously proved us the hell wrong. He does everything else on the floor that you would want him to do. Like I said, he's gotten more touch driving to the basket now. He's not just full steam ahead, all speed, knocking the guy over. He's getting a little touch around there, being able to finish with the best of them. He can pass. You saw that on display last night. When he's driving and dishing, he looks really dangerous. And he is somebody that has the potential to be a better three-point shooter. Not saying he's going to be lights out, throughout his career, but if you can get him to that 30, percentile range, I think that's good enough because of the threat that he's able to pose when he's driving to the basket. Just gives defenses like a lot to worry about. And then when you add in the defensive aspects as well, and the potential that you have with two-way players like an Asar and like a Ron Holland, this team's future is really looking bright. Like you said, during the clip when we was talking, it's a very, very good problem to have if you're the Detroit Pistons, having guys like this in the locker room.
It is, and with Ron Holland, I do implore people to go back and look at the draft coverage, the breakdown. I did go through a top 10 big board. Ron Holland was number 9 on that big board, and a lot of the things that we see him doing right now are a lot of the things that we said would translate to the NBA. Why we were bullish about it was because of the fact that he was already playing NBA talent with the G League Ignite. I was definitely a Dalton Knecht stan. I got to cover him live March Madness for the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 that was here in Detroit. And he was a dog. And at the time, it was like, yes, we need a three-point shooter that we could put next to Cade, a young one that would grow. But the Pistons, they knew that they were going to go out into the offseason and bring in 3 players that are high-volume three-point shooters. And Tim Hardaway, Malik Beasley, and Tobias Harris. And so it's like, you know what? They had the plan. And when they did select Ron Holland, that's why I'm going to continue to say go back even to the draft show. The reaction was the reaction, but we instantly went and broke down who he is as a basketball player, and these were the things we said expect from Ron Holland. And it's exactly that. His ability to handle high usage play. his ability to handle, honestly, a lot of usage in the paint. And you talked about it. He's gotten better. What I think he's done better than even a Jaden Ivey quicker is how to play fast under control.
Yes.
And that to me is what I see Ron Holland.
Here you go. This is a Ron Holland segment.
We talked about this, that one of the most important things, and we talked about this with three-point shooting and some of his other skill sets, is lifting weights. Lifting weights does wonders. And targeted NBA development and weight training does wonders. And that is what I believe is contributing. So that means that he's not just practicing. He's not just working on, the skill sets he wants to improve. He's not just with, Fred Vinson and Coach Burleson and working on threes and such. But he's also making sure in the weight room that he's doing what he needs to do to get, to become a better player, a more physical player. Look at some of those plays last night. He's burrowing through the lane, getting contact, and whether they're calling the foul or not, he's still finishing at the rim.
Mm-hmm.
You think about Stanley Johnson, who had all the tools. Imagine if this Ron Holland had Stanley Johnson's physical build.
My God.
It would be insane. And Stanley Johnson could get to the rack, but just could not finish. He could get into the paint, but sometimes it's like there's a turnover or a bad pass. Ron Holland already as a teenager, as a rookie, has put together realistically everything we thought could translate, but he's showing it all right now. And that is a testament to the way that he works, the camp that he has around him. Again, shout out to Coach Jay as well, who I remember when he was drafted and we talked about this stuff because Coach Jay has supported us in the past. It was just ironic now that one of his players is here in Detroit too. And he said, look, he's ready. He's just going to have to work, man, and get his weight up. He's done that. Man. Shout out to Ron Holland.
Yep. Stick
is in the building.
I don't know if this is a good time to hijack the show or not.
You know what?
But it is a good segue into what I want to discuss.
Do we take a break?
Yes.
Yeah, let's take a break.
We'll take a break. What friends you want us to say hello to?
Buddy's Pizza. Yep.
Buddy's Pizza has been serving the original Detroit-style pizza since 1946. And 79 years later, they have 22 locations in the state of Michigan. And fans can still visit where it all began on the corner of 6 Mile and Conant. Sign up for Buddy's Rewards to earn points on every purchase and receive exclusive promotions. Download the Buddy's Pizza mobile app and start earning today. Add some Detroit style to your next meal. Save 10% off your entire order using promo code 10MEAL. That is the number 10, MEAL, Buddy'sPizza.com.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Les Stanford Buick and GMC has great offers for everyone. Get a 2024 Envision for only $299 per month, or try out the 2025 Sierra Crew Cab Elevation for only $229 per month. Don't forget about the 2025 Hummer EV SUV for only $799 per month. Get to Les Stanford today and check out their massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick and GMC, lesstanford.com.
What up, though, people? Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. It's your boy Brandon Dan, K Detroit Kool-Aid. We got Flannel Sam on the desk, the vet of the squad, the vet of the network. We got Willie B in the sound booth. Kavasi Chase around here working hard. We got shout out to Matthew Brother and that dude Justin as well. Woodward Sports MVP JBSmooovv in the TD booth, and we got KG, Detroit's #1 draft pick, chilling on the, I guess it's the KG couch for right now, man.
Hey, I'm cool with that. The first round pick couch.
Hey, shout out, and I think we got some more super chats. And how close are we to that first goal?
We do have some more super chats. Shout out to everyone sending them in once again. $9.99 from Dante151. He said Ron Holland was number 6 on the NBA top 10 plays with that Statue of Liberty dunk yesterday against the Pelicans. Also, when Holland gets his touch right, watch the F out for him to hit multiple threes. Once again.
That in and out to the Statue of Liberty dunk was nasty. Because what impressed me more than the dunk was the ball handling move right before it. Because if that's something that he has, you got KG's mic. If that's something that he has going, watch out, NBA. Straight up.
No, he's going to be dangerous, bro. And like I said, the potential of two-way wings that you have in this locker room with Asar and Ron Holland, if they develop even a little bit more offensively, it's going to be a problem. It's already becoming a problem, but it's going to be even more of a problem. Well, I like this camera angle.
Well, except for it's half glass over your face.
Yeah. JB's trying some stuff. You let JB cook a little bit.
Fail fast, right?
Let JB cook, man.
We got Godfather of Woodward Sports in the building, Mr. Stick. What's up, brother? Look, I've been noticing. I saw you show up on Woodward Sports main page yesterday. I would assume that was one Mr. Easy.
Oh yeah. Me and Easy had a little back and forth yesterday.
Oh,
and that's
really?
fine. Yeah, just show up go look at our Twitter page. I had to quote Easy saying,
"That's a surprise.
We can't get Deshaun Watson because we have Jared Goff. Once again, he's the problem." And it's like, okay, so that's me and Easy are a whole nother conversation. I'm in here for one reason and one reason only. And to quote Eminem in Kill Shot, I had to wake up Labor Day to this. I wake up Saturday with my beautiful daughters, 8-year-old, 1-year-old, Joey and Anna. You know, we're having a good morning. Go on my Facebook page, and my friend Eric Sage, who used to be the greatest Little League running back for the Walled Lake Braves of all time, won a state championship with Walled Lake Western at running back, post something on my page. He's like, "Hey, you gonna let him talk this way about you?" I'm like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" So I click on the link, and no other than our very own Flannel Sam is on a clip. And I know my name tastes good. I know it is because y'all can't keep it out your mouth. So I listen to the clip, and there's Flannel Sam. "I don't think Stick gets enough heat for what he said about Kate. I don't think he's been apologetic." So as Flannel Sam sits up there right now that looks like a little kid that raided his dad's Michigan closet with an oversized visor and an oversized hoodie, who's rooting for Gale, who he shit on all season long. Wait, let me
fucking apologize.
You
Stick.
better fucking apologize.
You didn't apologize for nothing, dude. You're a fucking fraud.
You got a point.
Okay, Flannel, I ain't done.
Okay, fine.
So you sit there. You had your clip. This one's mine.
Okay, fine.
And then, what did we get into last night? Ron Holland looks great, right? Ron Holland's looking good.
Oh my God.
Who was the biggest Ron Holland hater draft night?
Unlike you.
Shut up. I ain't done. I ain't done.
They're finna lose it, dog. Shit.
Then we talk about why this motherfucker got to sit up there in a J-Mo jersey. Why? Biggest J-Mo hater draft night, right?
Okay, Stick.
Then we're understanding why he's up there wearing Michigan State shit half the year. Because his mouth runs, but his brain isn't working behind it. So from now on, there's no more jerseys. There's no more Michigan State. It's got to be a clown costume every time you're wrong, Flannel Sam, because it happens so much. We're just going to call it the Flannel Slam Clown Hour here on Woodward Sports.
Holy shit.
Now, all I got to say is if you didn't start no shit, there wouldn't be no shit. But you wanted to run your mouth. Now sit up here, and I can keep going about your
don't
takes.
repent on anything, dude.
Because I wasn't wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong about some things. Come on. Yes. Yeah, Cade Cunningham is going to be All-NBA, bro, and you wanted him traded. And by the way,
what was the question asked?
Stick.
Let's do honesty
and
hour
you were
here,
comically
Flannel.
wrong.
Let's do honesty hour. What was the question asked? You had to pick between two players.
Yeah.
And what was my answer? Cade has more trade value.
Yeah.
Does Cade still have more trade value?
Yeah, you probably still want him.
So what I said wrong?
Who cares, dude? Yeah. Cade's a fucking...
Apparently you do, because you won't keep it out your fucking mouth.
Okay, because you don't repent on anything.
Because you just admitted what I said wasn't wrong.
Well, also, let's talk about before the Commanders game, wilding out, taking fucking no accountability for Jared Goff having the worst moment of his career on the biggest stage.
Before the game,
you don't take accountability on anything after the game. You took nothing. You and Neil just deflected and excused every fucking thing. That's all you guys ever did.
Bad time to have a bad game. But I ain't like you, right? Jared Goff's my guy. I ain't like you. I ain't gonna flip-flop like Ron Holland. Okay. I ain't gonna flip-flop like your boy from Michigan. I ain't gonna flip-flop like J-Mo. I ain't gonna flip-flop, and I ain't gonna stand up there in Michigan State shit because I get everything wrong.
Yeah, because
so before you bring me up,
I pay my bets. You're a fucking fraud, Stick. Get the fuck off our show.
You know what?
Get the fuck off my show.
Get the fuck off my network.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I mean, come on. If we're gonna big dick each other,
let's just hijacking the damn show.
I said this wasn't a good time, didn't I?
For no reason.
I said I didn't. No reason. You're putting out clips with my name on them.
Because you've never repented for a goddamn thing.
I don't have to repent because I wasn't
repent.
wrong.
When Cade Cunningham's All-NBA, repent for your sins. They have played
what? Saying
the Detroit.
If Cade Cunningham is All-NBA, that means he even has more trade value, which even makes me more right.
Why are you talking about trade value in Cade? And
because the question was, who would you trade between two players?
It's Stick.
And you guys are acting like I just came in here one day, threw the books, like we need to get rid of this trade guy.
You was pushing the Ivy is better than Cade agenda. You were.
I was pushing that I could build a team around Ivy
and you still
with
have
the assets you could get with a Cade.
You still have
What is wrong with that? And I pointed to Jerry Stackhouse. I pointed to Grant Hill. I pointed to history to prove my thought process.
You took a season in which Cade played 12 games and used that to prop up Jaden Ivey, in which he scored 14 points. It was very inefficient. And listen, this is no Ivy hate. We all love Ivy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you were doing that. You were using Ivy's rookie season as better than anything Cade Cunningham has hit to that point.
Before this season, was it?
No.
Yes. Win-wise.
But either way, we are where we are now. And
either way, this isn't about that. This is about the fact that you guys won't shut up.
Okay.
So I got to come in here and check you.
Oh, by the way, Stick, this has been the most successful stretch of Pistons basketball we've seen in many years with Jaden Ivey out. You hear how stupid I sound? That's how stupid you sounded before. You hear how fucking stupid I sound?
So question for you.
Better without
Who
Ivey
in this
again.
room had 40 wins before the season?
Okay, but you was taking a shot in the dark, bro.
Who did?
You was taking a shot in the dark.
Just answer the question, guys.
You was taking a shot in the dark,
Let's throw Stick a fucking parade while he hijacks
Well, wait, why didn't you believe in your boy? If he was so good and you knew he was going to be all world, why didn't you buy into 40 wins, Flannel?
But believing in your boy, you also have to take responsibility in that.
KG, can you let this man answer a question?
No,
I know you got to speak for him because you're his daddy, but he's got to answer his own question.
Stick, I'm about to leave this fucking show for good. Oh, fuck you, dude.
Oh, my God.
Get the fuck out of here. Just coming here for no reason, just hijacking the damn show.
No reason?
Yeah, no reason. Yeah, no reason.
You put my name in your mouth and out on a clip. I'm here to address it.
Because you don't fucking repent. I've repented on everything. I don't mind being wrong. I embrace being wrong. I wore the fucking jersey. I apologize for damn near everything. I wanted the apology tour this damn morning.
Like literally, though.
Seriously.
Well, should I step outside for a cigarette?
Yeah, I think we all need a swisher break right now.
Swisher break?
Swisher break would be nice.
Jeez, man. Did not expect it to go that way.
I do ask you this. Do you repent of any of the Cade talk?
No.
Of course not.
I can defend it all, and you guys just don't want to listen to reason.
No.
Like, you guys just want to make up that I walked in here and be like, this guy's horrible. We got to get rid of him. That never came out of my mouth. That was never the thought process. There was a question asked. Who would you rather trade right now, Ivy or Cade? And my logic was, your guy's better. He's going to get more value back. But for some reason, that thought process, because I don't know why that doesn't make sense to you. You trade the guy with more value.
No, we're not even talking about that argument.
But that was the question.
But listen. At one point, you thought Ivy was better than K, right? At one point,
never said that. Never once ever.
A lot of your actions was dictating.
I said I can build around Ivy because if we go back and look at the history right now, when an Ivy-led rookie
you were
team
enamored
had
by his
more
skill
wins.
set. You were enamored because he looks like Russell Westbrook in terms of how he, drives the floor and some of the athletic things he can do.
But he never once said he's better than Cade.
But
no one ever said that's why.
No, but listen.
This is why you guys don't listen.
Even outside of that, I wanted Ivy to come off the bench at one point, and you killed me for that, right? I admit I was wrong in that. It's okay to admit you were wrong. Can you at least say that any thoughts that you had about trading Cade were wrong?
No, at the time, the question was right.
You don't give me that kind of grace. That's the thing. You don't give me that kind of grace. When Cade is first-team All-NBA,
because what you do is you hate on players. You call players bus. You freak out at drafts. You automatically throw them away. I gave Cade 3 years, and I said, at this point, I think he has more value than Ivy. Trade him. And you all want to sit here and run clips. Stick wanted Cade traded.
Yeah, but to keep on with this trade value argument is kind of dumb because he's a superstar now.
Right.
He is literally
and he wasn't at the time of the question, was he? Was he a superstar at the time of the question?
He was in year 2 or 3.
That was the one where I was like, he is that guy.
Yes, bro.
But was he?
You didn't believe. Yes, he was. He just got injured. He played 12 games.
Put up. He was one of those guys.
He was always that guy.
Clutch moments. The only thing that was holding Cade back was the wins. That's what people wanted to track across the NBA world.
Because wins matter. Wins matter.
Everything.
The reason you guys care about the Pistons so much right now is they got 40 wins.
I've been caring about the Pistons. John Kuster through all the bullshit.
Look at LCA. Was it like that when
they supported this team when they were in the gutter?
Look at LCA. Was it like that when they didn't?
No.
Okay, so wins matter, guys.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
They do. But you can't put that all on him when the organization was a fucking clown show.
Yeah,
he has no responsibility for the organization being a clown show.
I can evaluate him equally with somebody else who has to perform under the same structures who got more wins.
Oh my God. Did Calvin Johnson not play for a clown organization? Is that why he quit? Barry Sanders, we can go down the list. When you play for a clown organization, it's cool, you can be great. But eventually the organization has to back that shit up, Stick. Like, come on, man. Like, you making a case that's hard to argue, bro, because it's not right, bro. The organization was very, very shitty.
Right, and it was shitty when Ivy was leading the team, was it not?
That's not Cade's fault. That's not Ivy's fault. That's not anybody's fault.
So we're in agreement, KG. You're just worked up right now because you don't want to listen to what you're saying.
No, because you keep trying to push this trade value argument, and it's not a good leg to stand on. That's all I'm saying.
Why? When the question was, who would you trade?
Because he's all NBA now. He's a superstar.
Now,
it's not a good argument to stand on.
When the question was asked?
Yep. Okay, fine. At the time, fine, bro. But why are you still parading this argument?
You brought it up. It was a clip y'all put out with your show.
All right.
Did I bring it up?
And that's between you and Sam, but I rest my case. I rest my case.
Turns out it's between me and you.
You don't. No, but you don't. I'm trying to give you the opportunity to just say, hey, I was a little hard on Cade. That's all we saying. Just say you was a little hard on Cade.
No, she's a bitch. She's a fraud.
Because, bro, we did so many shows where you were literally trying to prop up Ivy and pushing that agenda like he was better than Cade. He was the future of this team.
Never said
he was the future franchise player of this team. Why would Cade? And this is once again, no disrespect to Ivy. He's not Cade.
God, why would Ivy be worth less if he's better?
I rest my case. I ain't gonna
answer the question.
I ain't gonna keep going back and forth. I rest my case.
Because it's logic that you can't defend.
And all knowing, all worlds.
The chat thinks otherwise, but it's fine. It's fine.
Told you, Kool-Aid.
How about a break? Yeah, you should probably take a breather.
Take a quick one.
It's getting a little hot in here, man.
What friends you want to say what up to JBSmooovv?
Let's see. Socials.
Hey, stay connected with Woodward Sports on all social platforms. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, along with YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok for the latest sports news, live updates, and behind-the-scenes action. Don't miss out. Hit that follow button now and be part of Detroit's #1 digital sports network at Woodward Sports everywhere.
Good job,
Injuries,
fellas.
Big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at WoodwardSports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Financial pinch. Mark White & Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White & Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White today at 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
What up, though, people? Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. All right, ADIS 411, WWE. Thank you, chat family. Let's kick off the day with the WUW Crew.
This shit, man. RKO from out of nowhere.
This is JB. Let's just spark up word to jars. Bro.
You want to?
Yes, please. We need a laugh, dog. Please.
Let's just spark up word to jars.
All right, let's do it.
And now it's time for the most electrifying segment on the internet. Bum, bum, bum. It's What's Trending with JB. Live on Wake Up Woodward.
And now the incomparable JBSmooovv.
Hey, let's rock.
Yo, what's up, everybody? A lot of heat going on there. How you doing, Stick?
Good.
Good? You good over here? I'm trying not to. I'm trying to get everybody to laugh a little bit to just break the tension that we got going on right now. I got to give a shout out to all my fat kids out there once again, because I got some deals for you guys that's popping up right now. Anybody like Dairy Queen?
It's okay.
I love it.
Because we got the Dairy Queen 85-cent blizzards right now.
Where?
I'm hitting that today.
Where?
Relax.
That's going down today.
Where?
Relax. You have to order it on the app, but it's good until April 6th, I believe. So it starts today all the way until April 6th. So go and get your blizzards right now. Yeah, check to see which stores have them for you guys. But as of right now, 85 cents for blizzards right now. So shout out to all my fat kids with that as well, too. Tuesday is T-Mobile Tuesday. I used to have T-Mobile, but unfortunately, I don't anymore. I'm kind of happy about it as well, too. But I'm just telling you this now to get ahead of it because these deals don't last for long. Wingstop, 1 cent, everybody. 3-piece crispy tender combo, 1 cent starting tomorrow.
Holy shit.
Will's
damn,
DQ
and Wingstop going up. Okay. Wow. I'm doing that.
If you have T-Mobile, this is a T-Mobile Tuesday
Hey, I got T-Mobile.
Deal. So once again,
let's go, baby. We finna eat good tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to that one.
This is a T-Mobile Tuesday deal once again. So if you don't have T-Mobile, You will not be able to participate in this, and I'm just telling this ahead of time.
Hey, Magenta Gang, what up, though?
Because I'm telling you right now, these deals go by super quick, and it kind of sucks. I'm just letting you know. But hey, shout out to all my fat kids out there. Had to give you guys that.
Thank you.
You guys, I think I need to find a new gym. Planet Fitness, hook me up because I don't know if I can take doing this anymore.
Oh,
hell yeah! What? 69 upside down inverted 69.
Wait, what is that?
Willie going crazy.
Willie going crazy. He talking about some hell yeah.
Why do you know that?
Bro, you're breaking more than a bed with this.
No, for real.
No, it's a technique.
My man, super training.
It's a technique. What do you know about this technique?
Plenty of reasons, man.
Willie, you too heavy to be pulling this off, bro. You were way too big.
Bitch would be great. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm good.
This that neighbors know my name stroke right there.
Yes, indeed.
Different player said he's about to hook up with a BPW. What in the world? This so
Dog, big facts.
See, I gotta switch gyms off.
That's
man.
That's that. I gotta have enough meat.
Well, that's not my problem. I don't have a problem.
Sometimes you might not have enough, man. It's okay.
I gotta switch gyms after this. I can't be watching this, man. I'm trying to work out. This is wild.
That's a great technique.
This is wild. And finally, I'll end what's trending with this. Another tough guy in training, but this time, his girl was there to see him fail, unfortunately.
Uh-oh, TGT warning. Oh!
Yeah.
It sucks when your girl is there to see you fail.
And where is he at?
Bro, how do you miss that?
Yep.
Well, first off, you got
can't
on
miss
socks
that
instead
bad,
of shoes.
Like, how do you miss that bad?
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God.
He stopped looking.
You got on socks instead of shoes. This is not a good spot,
What
man.
did his girl whisper to him right before he went? Oh, I want to have a baby?
Like, she probably said, you got this, and then
Dude, look at him. About that.
He ain't having no babies no more. Jesus, man.
Like I said, it's a rough day for all these tough guys in training, but that's it for what's training, you guys. Hope I gave you a little bit of laughs after that fire.
We trying, bro.
Oh, my God.
We trying.
Trying to figure out which multiverse we fell into.
Right? Like, that shit came out of left field, bro.
Now I get hit in the nuts by my nephew playing Robot.
What?
Playing Robot is a game where you all the kids came in. We were playing masks to scare him off. My little nephew was 8 years old. I had a mask on, a Transformer mask on. He came in, act like they all attacked me. I felt something graze in my sack. Right hand to the nuts. I said, I said it's over.
You knocked out an 8-year-old?
No. He hit me in my nuts. I felt something. I said in my mask. I said, okay, stop. Go upstairs. It's enough. Go upstairs.
No, I'm going
Robot's
home,
over.
bro. I swear to God, I'm going home after this show. It's off the rails, dog.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Sheesh.
Decided practice is at 11 instead of 10.
Yeah, no, for real. Can I go with you? Can I go with you?
I'm just wondering, like, what I'm going to step into there.
Holy shit, man.
Playing with your kids. Be careful. If you had a mask on, we try to scare them off, and because one want to fight you. So yeah, fun activity.
Don't be knocking out 8-year-olds.
Yeah,
man.
don't
Come
be
on,
knocking
Willie. You better than that, Willie.
Kool-Aid, I think you got to give a shout out to Willie for hooking you up with this chicken yesterday.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Check this out, bro.
Look at that. Ain't nothing burnt about that.
Hey, that's fine.
Look at the technique.
LCA. See, it's different. You saw it for the basketball games, and it's looking right.
Hey, that's
fine. You saw it for the hockey games, and it's nobody in line. And if you do get something, it's just a little bit extra done.
Hey, that's fine. You have fun with your $25 2-piece chicken tender at LCA. I'm good.
See, it's giving good energy, good vibrations. It's
trying
like
to, bro.
No, just make it happen, man. Shit happens. Let's roll off our shoulders because, man, without this. None of this exists because it's a team process. It's all love. Make the most of it. That's right.
I appreciate it, Will.
Shout out to Woodward Sports MVP in the TD booth. That is JBSmooovv. What up, dog?
Yo. Hey, sorry about the internet issues, everybody. I think we got it back now. It's up live, but unfortunately, we're about to end off the show. But hey, shout out to everyone for staying tapped in with us this morning. The week has just started, so hopefully, a lot of great things coming back, this week as well, too. Shout out to Kyle Larsons for taking Homestead this past weekend. Me and Chase breaking down once again on Fast and Loose. We're recording tomorrow, so, hey, should be a great day. Should be a great week. Enjoy the day, everybody. Just enjoy it.
Hey, enjoy it. And shout out to the chat family as well for all the support that they throw our way. I'm telling you guys, it does not go without a notice, especially this iteration of the platform, just over 1 year old, and getting into first Pistons playoff basketball in some time, so we can't wait. We cannot wait. But thank you guys for staying tapped in. We got Detroit's #1 draft pick, KG. That's the rookie of the year, going for MVP. What up, though, brother?
Y'all know what it is, man. I love how Chase conveniently got the fuck on, but shout out to he just disappeared during all this. But shout out to the team, man. Once again, I love y'all. Justice for Flannel, man. We stand with Flannel. Shout out to everybody in the chat that joined us. And yeah, let's keep this shit rolling, man.
Hey, let's keep it rolling. And you know what? Hey, the vet of the squad, the vet of the network, that is One Flannel Sam, All Sports Network, Ball Network, Red Wings correspondent. What up, though, brother?
What up?
Hey,
hopefully tomorrow's better.
Yeah,
we love you, Flannel,
we won't
man.
even belabor it.
Flannel.
Yeah,
big time.
Stand on business, man.
Thanks, bro.
Damn right.
I thought he actually handled that.
No, you
better than I would have.
It could have got worse. I'll say that. It definitely could have got worse.
Changed, man. Good.
Still a changed man.
Flannel be trying, man. Y'all gotta leave Flannel alone. He be trying.
Yeah, hey, and it's your boy Brandon, aka Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter, writer for the network. It's been a day. It's been a show. You know what? Ultimately, it's a victory show. Shout out to Go Blue. Shout out to Go Green. And shout out to those red, white, and blue. We talking about those Detroit Pistons. Continue to keep that pedal to the metal. I know those legs are dead tired right now, but this team has aspirations, and you want to see them be able to pick it up again as they're heading right into the playoffs. So shout out to the Detroit Pistons, and you know what? It's been Wake Up Over, man. I hope you guys have a blessed one, man. Smash that like button if you haven't.
We gotta touch on that spot from last night. I don't even know how Mox does that shit. And we all know how a lot of John Moxley matches go. It's gonna be a lot of blood. It's gonna be a lot of just violence.
Sick fuck, Mox. You a sick fuck, man.
Man, it was a street fight. That was kind of expected. But what was unexpected, Cope ends up getting it back. And he hits him once in the stomach. And then the kill shot was the one across the back, in which the weapon got stuck in his fucking back.
I don't even know how you come up with this as a weapon. I just want to know whose idea was it for this spot. I believe it's Moxley, but like, if Cope was like, "Hey, we should try this."
I mean, Cope is of the extreme variety as well. So
take it back to that flaming table.
Yeah,
at WrestleMania, Mick Foley.
Edge is known to do extreme spots. Should he be doing this many at this stage of his career?
No,
probably not.